You might think you are eating healthy, but what if your good for you food is hiding silent threats? Today, we are going to expose 11 hidden poisons lurking in foods that many people call. These are not myths or fear stories, real risks that Robert Kennedy Jr. and others are warning about, and he's even pushing to ban some of them. By the end of this video, you will learn exactly what these 11 toxins are, how they sneak into foods that look innocent, and what steps you can take to protect yourself and your family. You will also understand why someone as powerful as RFK Jr. is sounding the alarm, and you will hear little known facts that most people don't talk about at the grocery store. We will break down why substances like seed oils, synthetic food dyes, ultra-processed additives, and even certain natural plant chemicals, things you might hardly suspect, are raising red flags. You will see how these hidden poisons connect to inflammation, inflammation-linked diseases, behavioral issues, and long-term health risks. And more importantly, you will discover what actionable changes you can make in your diet without turning your life upside down. Stick with me until the end, because not only will we clarify what these dangerous ingredients are, but I will also share practical science-backed tips on reducing their presence in your daily meals. You will come away empowered, informed, and ready to make smarter food choices. Welcome to our channel. If you want more critical insights into food, health, and the hidden risks most people ignore, make sure to hit the subscribe button now and turn on notifications so you never miss a video. Let's dive in. Every day, millions of people make choices thinking they are fueling their bodies with health and vitality. Fresh salads, colorful smoothie bowls, whole grains, plant-based snacks, all marketed and labeled as wholesome, nutritious, and safe. They carry the promise of energy, longevity, and better health. Yet hidden beneath the labels and packaging are substances that quietly challenge that promise. These are not overtly harmful ingredients that trigger immediate reactions. Instead, they are subtle, persistent compounds, additives, or residues that accumulate over time and can affect the body in ways most people never expect. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has sounded a loud alarm about these hidden dangers, describing parts of the food supply as actively poisoning people. His warnings focus on certain additives, oils, dyes, and processed ingredients that are legally allowed but potentially harmful in the quantities consumed today. The scale of exposure is staggering because the average person encounters multiple sources of these substances every single day, from snacks to cooking oils to packaged meals labeled as healthy. What looks like a nutritious choice may in fact be a vehicle for chemicals that disturb the body's natural balance, triggering inflammation, metabolic stress, or subtle cellular damage. Nutrition experts acknowledge that there are real risks, but context is crucial. For instance, certain oils and additives often criticized as dangerous may be largely harmless when consumed sparingly or in natural forms. The problem arises with modern diets where ultra-processed foods dominate, portion sizes have ballooned, and combined exposures create a cumulative effect. The debate over seed oils, for example, highlights how something seemingly ordinary can become a concern under specific conditions. The reality is that awareness is the first defense. Recognizing that even foods marketed as wholesome may carry hidden risks is not about creating fear or panic. It is about equipping people with the knowledge to make informed decisions, understanding the subtle differences between safe consumption and chronic overexposure. As the food landscape becomes increasingly industrialized, the gap between perception and reality widens, and knowing where hidden dangers may lie becomes essential for anyone who wants to truly nourish their body without compromise. When we talk about hidden poisons in food, we are referring to substances that are not obvious or immediately noticeable, yet have the potential to cause harm over time. These can be chemical residues, natural toxins, additives, or compounds that sneak into products that are widely assumed to be healthy. They are not necessarily the kind of ingredients that trigger an immediate reaction like an allergy, but they can quietly influence the body's systems, accumulate, or interact with other substances in ways that may affect long-term health. What makes them particularly insidious is that they are often concealed behind labels, marketing terms, or even the wholesome appearance of the food itself. A simple salad, a smoothie, or a granola bar may seem completely safe, yet it can carry residues from pesticides, naturally occurring toxins, synthetic additives, or industrial contaminants that are not readily apparent to the consumer. On the other hand, the term healthy food is commonly associated with items that are generally considered beneficial for the body. This includes fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, nuts, seeds, and plant-based products that are promoted as nutrient-dense and clean. Foods with clean labels, often free from artificial colors, flavors, or preservatives, also fall into this category. These products are designed to meet the expectations of people who are conscious about their health and want to avoid highly processed or artificial ingredients. They promise vitamins, minerals, antioxidants, and other compounds that support energy, immunity, and overall well-being. However, it is important to recognize that not every item within this category is completely free from risk. Even foods that are celebrated as healthy can carry hidden challenges, from pesticide residues on fresh produce to naturally occurring plant toxins or subtle additives in packaged health foods. While the vast majority of these foods remain safe and beneficial, there are 11 specific areas where problems have been identified: substances or practices that introduce hidden toxins, contamination, or harmful compounds into what is otherwise considered healthy. Understanding these distinctions is crucial because it allows us to identify potential risks without dismissing the overall benefits of a balanced diet. The line between what is safe and what may be harmful is not always visible, and these hidden elements are exactly what we will explore in the next sections. The first hidden danger is seed oils, often labeled as vegetable oils or high omega-6 oils. These are found in many packaged snacks, salad dressings, and cooking products marketed as healthy. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. warns that they are contributing to widespread health problems, calling them poisoning the population. Science, however, notes that moderate use is generally safe, and the real issue often lies in overconsumption, especially when these oils are included in ultra-processed foods. Because they are so common and appear in foods with health-oriented labels, their presence often goes unnoticed. Next are ultra-processed foods that masquerade as healthy. Items like granola bars, flavored yogurts, and plant-based meals can be packed with refined sugars, hidden fats, and artificial additives. They infiltrate the diet without raising suspicion because their packaging and marketing create a sense of nutrition and wellness. People often assume these items are entirely safe, but the hidden ingredients can quietly affect metabolism and long-term health. Naturally occurring plant toxins are another concern. Some plants produce chemicals to defend themselves, such as solanine in green potatoes. Normally, these compounds are present in low amounts, but improper growth, storage, or preparation can increase their levels, creating a risk that is often unexpected. Pesticide residues in fruits and vegetables are also hidden poisons. Even produced labeled as healthy may carry chemical residues from conventional farming. Washing thoroughly or choosing organic options can help reduce exposure, but the chemicals often remain at low levels invisible to the consumer. Heavy metals in supplements and health foods represent another hidden threat. Protein powders and other products tested have sometimes revealed the presence of metals, BPA, or pesticides, showing that even items marketed for health can contain dangerous substances. Chemical additives and synthetic food dyes continue this trend. Many snacks and cereals, even those labeled natural or healthy, contain these substances to enhance color or flavor. Their effects can be subtle but persistent over time. Forever chemicals, or PFAS, are invisible contaminants that accumulate in the body. Some fresh produce and packaged foods have been found to carry these chemicals, creating long-term exposure risks that are entirely hidden. Mislabeled natural or clean label foods can hide sugars, refined oils, and trans fats. They appear healthy, but the quantity and hidden ingredients turn them into potential risks. Processed and cured meats, even marketed as healthier, may contain nitrites or nitrates linked to cancer risk. Their healthy image masks the true danger. Mycotoxins, produced by molds in grains, nuts, and spices, can appear in foods considered safe. These fungal toxins are rarely expected but can be harmful if consumed over time. Finally, overconsumption of otherwise healthy foods can create imbalance. Even fruits, whole grains, or nutrient-dense plant products can pose risks if eaten excessively or if residues and toxins accumulate. Some naturally beneficial compounds may act as mild toxins in large amounts, showing that moderation is always critical. Robert F. Kennedy Jr. has been vocal about the need for stronger action when it comes to the safety of the food supply. He argues that certain additives, synthetic dyes, and ultra-processed ingredients are so pervasive and potentially harmful that they should face strict regulation or even outright bans. According to him, these substances are not merely minor concerns, they represent a significant threat to public health, quietly affecting millions of people over time. Kennedy's focus is not only on the chemical composition of foods, but also on the system that allows these substances to enter the market with minimal oversight. He points out that the existing regulations are often insufficient, leaving gaps that food companies can exploit and consumers unaware of what they are truly consuming. Beyond advocating for bans, Kennedy emphasizes the importance of transparency. He calls for clearer labeling, so that people can make informed choices about the foods they eat. He believes that when consumers are provided with accurate information about additives, processing methods, and potential risks, they can better protect themselves and their families. Education is a cornerstone of his approach, as he stresses that awareness alone can drive change in both individual behavior and corporate practices. People need to understand what these hidden toxins are, why they're included in foods, and what their long-term effects might be, so that informed demand can influence the market. Kennedy also pushes for broader reforms in food policy, advocating for stronger regulatory oversight to ensure that harmful substances are not allowed into the food chain unchecked. He envisions a system where science guides policy and where public health takes precedence over industry profit. While his proposals have drawn attention and support from many concerned citizens, critics caution that some of his claims may overstate the risks or lack sufficient scientific backing for outright bans. They argue that careful, evidence-based evaluation is essential before imposing sweeping restrictions. Nevertheless, Kennedy's campaign has undeniably raised awareness, sparking a national conversation about the chemicals, additives, and hidden toxins present in foods that millions of people consume every day, highlighting the need for greater scrutiny and accountability in the food industry. One of the most important steps in protecting yourself from hidden toxins in food is to read labels carefully. Every ingredient list tells a story, and even foods marketed as natural or healthy can contain additives, unusual oils, or hidden sugars that are easy to overlook. Familiarizing yourself with common additives and learning to spot less obvious ingredients like high omega oils, artificial colorings, or modified starches can make a significant difference. Understanding what goes into your food allows you to make choices that align with your health goals rather than unknowingly consuming substances that may be harmful over time. Focusing on minimally processed whole foods is another key approach. Fresh fruits, vegetables, whole grains, legumes, and unprocessed nuts form the foundation of a diet that is naturally low in hidden toxins. These foods are close to their natural state, free from industrial processing and artificial additives, and they provide nutrients in their most beneficial form. Preparing simple meals at home using these whole ingredients reduces the chances of consuming hidden contaminants or chemicals that are often added to packaged foods. For products that are questionable, like snack bars, flavored yogurts, or so-called healthy processed foods, maintaining a level of skepticism is essential. Even though these items are convenient and heavily marketed as beneficial, they often contain refined sugars, oils, or additives that are not immediately apparent. Treating them cautiously and limiting their presence in your diet helps to reduce hidden exposures. Washing produce thoroughly and prioritizing trusted sources or farms is another practical step. Pesticides, chemical residues, and environmental contaminants can cling to fruits and vegetables, even those labeled organic or non-GMO. Proper washing and sourcing from reliable farms can help minimize these risks. It is also critical not to assume that branding alone guarantees safety. Labels like healthy, clean, or natural are not a substitute for knowledge and vigilance. Balance matters as well. Even wholesome foods can carry risks if consumed in extreme amounts or if multiple sources of exposure accumulate. Staying informed and curious is key because science evolves continuously. New research can change our understanding of which foods are safe and which ingredients deserve caution, making lifelong learning an essential tool in protecting your health. Today, we uncovered 11 hidden poisons that can be lurking in foods you believe are healthy, from seed oils and ultra-processed snacks to hidden additives, chemical residues, and even naturally occurring toxins. These substances can quietly affect your health over time. The key takeaway is clear: your food choices matter, and understanding what goes into your meals gives you power. Awareness is your first line of defense, and it allows you to make smarter, safer decisions every day. If you found this video helpful, make sure to hit the like button, subscribe to our channel for more insights on food and health, and share this video so others can learn how to protect themselves too. Remember, you do not need to fear food, you need to understand it. By staying informed, reading labels carefully, and choosing wisely, you can enjoy your meals while safeguarding your health.